So back in the garage, it's a little bit cold today. I've got my heater on down there, so keep me a little bit warm. So what we're going to do, we're going to crack on with the post here, getting this off and seeing if this is actually rotted inside. I'm hoping it is, because I don't really want to take it off unnecessary, but it is what it is. So that's the, I'm going to put this airbox section back onto here, like so. Weld that to the door pins on these little bolts, which I did before, which I cut them off. I did say, I mentioned it before a few videos ago, what I did by mistake. Anyway, so we'll get these welded on here. I've got some other bits of metal down there. I'm going to drill some bolts through the bottom so I can just quick release this bar out once I've got this back in position. So that's what we're going to do now, and then we'll crack on getting all these spot welds out and getting this post off, and hopefully it is rusty. So let's go. So there you go, welded onto here, these little bolts. I'll undo this and I'll bolt it at the bottom there, down there. So then now what I can do is take these bolts back out. This is the nut off here, like so. And then what I'll do is I'll pull this whole bar out. So when I put this panel back on, it's all in the same place. So what I'm going to do now is get all these cleaned up here and start drilling these spot welds out and getting this post off. Right, let's do it. So there you go. So what I've done is to cut this bit here. There's a lot of rust behind here, so I managed to get all this cleaned up here. There was some more rust a lot further down here, which I didn't know because it was on the other side of this panel. I'm glad I've taken it off. So I've now cut this completely out. I thought, do you know what, I'm going to cut the whole thing out, start again, and there was a little bit of quite a bit of rust coming on here, so I've cut this away here. So I've got to make a new lip up here, it comes onto this bit here. But yeah, I'm really pleased that I've actually found a bit more and cut all this out. So what we'll do, we'll get the spot welds all out of this inner panel and see what we're playing with. I can see it ain't as bad on this side as the other one. It's got the lower lip, but it's rusty underneath there. So who knows, you know, till I get it out and clean it up, I won't know, but that's the plan next. And then we'll come back and rebuild all this bit and get all this bit on first before we get the new panel on. But there's the new panel. So that goes on there like that. I thought I'd cut it a bit too high there and messed it up, but I think I'm going to get away with that. That was lucky. So yeah, so once it's in like that, cool, that'll be all good. But like we say, we'll get this panel out first, see how bad it is, and then go from there. So that was a mission, that was, just getting that off. As you can see there, it's not that bad really. There's a few places, but this is in one piece. We'll have a look at this bit down here and see how well it comes up, clean it all up and stuff. And some of this, I might have to replace some of this, but we'll see. Like I say, look, we'll get it all cleaned up and we'll go from there, yeah. That ain't too bad, nowhere near as bad as the other one anyway, so right, let's crack on and get this done. So there you go, all cleaned up. I was a bit worried about this top bit and the bottom bit, but that's a bit pitted, but I mean it's still solid in there. I've checked it all out and that's good, and this bottom bit here is good, not really clean. So the inside, there's a bit of rust there, but that's to do with these bits in the middle, which I'm going to cut out with these two bits and that bit. And I've just filled these gaps up and stuff, and this edge, these little holes here, done some of them. It's a lot better than the one in this picture now from a few videos ago, which I've done, so I'm really pleased with this. Like I say, I'm going to come back and just cut up these bits, repair them, get it in primer, and then get it back into that panel down there on the floor, and then we'll come back and go from there. So this is all smoothed off and done now. So this will go back into the other panel. I'm going to do some rust treatment on these edges, but it's pretty solid still there, so I'm happy with that. That's going to be inside anyway, so I'm just going to get that done and then prime it up. Also clean this bit up, got all the rust off that, so that's got to be welded back on. And I've got another bit I've done off camera, which is this bit here. As you can see there, that sits inside like that. Try and get it in there. That sits in there like so. Weld that in, and then the panel. Then I'll make this panel up here using the frog tape, which I'm going to do now, and then we can weld all that back in, and then that will be spot welded to that panel into this one here. So that's what we're going to do now. So there you go, got all this done, trimmed it all up, now it's all in there nice. Got some of these butt welding clamps which I'm going to use to put in there to keep that straight on that panel for when I weld it up. But what we're going to do is come back first and do this bit behind, weld all that in, and then we'll come back and weld this panel in. So let's crack on. So there you go, all nice and smooth. Really pleased with that repair. All the bit of the inside's done as well, so that's good. So I'm going to get this in primer now, and then we'll come back and start cutting up this bit and getting that post back on, and we're nearly there. I've got to repair this bit as well, because this little hole in there I just noticed, so must have caught a grind I reckon on it, or maybe the flappy disc. So I'll repair that as well at the same time. All this we won't see because it'll be underneath this support panels, but I think I'm going to have to pull that out a bit. It's gone in a bit there, well, that's been welded before. So yeah, we'll crack on and start doing all this bit now. Right, let's go. So this has all been cut off, as you can see there. I've cut this bit off completely, so I don't need that bit now. I've cleaned all this up underneath here. I've got a bit of sealant under this bit here before I weld all this back on, but we'll get around to doing that bit eventually. So this one now sits on like so, like that, so it should fit nice on there when I weld it all back in. But what I'm going to do, the same as I did the other side, is just get some metal underneath here, spot weld it to this panel here, so it gives them more strength, and that gives me something to weld on better too. So that's what we're going to do now. So this panel behind here, I welded in behind this bit here to give it a bit more strength, and that'd be easier to weld up. I've run out of mini discs for the Dremel, so I'm going to have to leave it there. But like I say, I've got all the holes in here for the spot welds to go in, and on the next one what we'll do is get all these cleaned up and put all these back on here like I did on the other side. So that's what we'll be doing. So thanks for coming back, like and subscribe, thank you for the comments, get yourself involved, and I'll see you next time.